Imagine this. You're sitting across from someone you deeply care about. You've had a disagreement, maybe small, maybe bigger than usual, but instead of talking it through, they shut down. Their eyes go cold. Words stop. Hours, maybe even days, pass in painful quiet. You start to wonder what you did wrong, if you should apologize, if you're the reason the air between you feels so heavy. You replay every moment in your head, hoping to find the magic phrase that will make them speak again. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And what you're experiencing isn't love. It's something far more damaging. The silent treatment. The silent treatment might look harmless from the outside. Just someone needing space, right? But here's the truth most people don't want to admit. It's a subtle form of emotional manipulation and control. It's not about taking time to calm down. It's about punishing, about making you feel small, invisible, and desperate for their approval. In this video, we're going to unmask this toxic pattern. We'll explore why people use it, how it affects you emotionally and psychologically, and most importantly, how you can break free from its grip. If you've ever felt silenced, dismissed, or manipulated into doubting yourself, stay with me. This might just change the way you see your relationships forever. And hey, before we go deeper, if you're looking for a place where we decode love, relationships, and emotional dynamics in an honest, empowering way, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I promise you, understanding these patterns will make you stronger, safer, and more confident in love. Why silence hurts. More than words. Human beings are wired for connection. When someone we love suddenly withdraws and shuts us out, our brain interprets it as danger. Silence in an argument doesn't feel neutral. It feels like rejection. It activates the same parts of the brain that respond to physical pain. That's why your stomach drops when your partner ignores your text. That's why you can't stop thinking about what you did wrong when they walk past you without a word. But here's the crucial difference. Healthy silence and weaponized silence are not the same. Healthy silence might mean taking a short break to calm down, saying, "I need 10 minutes to think. I'll come back to talk." Stepping away because emotions are high, but planning to return and resolve. Weaponized silence, the silent treatment, looks like this. Your partner refuses to engage or explain. They ignore you for hours or days without telling you why. They use silence as punishment, making you feel anxious and desperate. The goal isn't peace, it's power. When silence is used to control or punish, it stops being about conflict resolution and becomes a tool of dominance. One person gets to feel powerful and untouchable. The other is left confused, hurt, and scrambling to fix something they didn't break. Why people use the silent treatment? You might wonder, why would someone who says they love you choose to hurt you like this? There are a few reasons. Emotional immaturity. Some people never learned how to handle conflict. Instead of talking, they retreat and shut down because it's easier than vulnerability. Control and manipulation. Others know exactly what they're doing. They realize silence makes you anxious and desperate to win back their affection. So they use it to shift power in the relationship. Avoidance. Some people use silence to escape accountability. If they hurt you or made a mistake, going silent keeps them from admitting fault. Narcissistic tactics. In more toxic dynamics, silence is a calculated move to devalue you and keep you chasing their approval. Whatever the reason, the impact on you is the same. You feel invisible, unworthy, and trapped. The psychological toll of being silenced. Being shut out repeatedly can damage more than just your mood. It rewires how you see yourself and your worth. Self-doubt grows. You start to question if you're too emotional, too needy, or simply not lovable enough. Anxiety spikes. You may feel on edge, waiting for the next silent storm to hit. Communication breaks down. You stop expressing needs because you fear punishment. Your identity shrinks. You might bend and mold yourself just to avoid conflict, losing touch with who you are. Over time, this can lead to emotional dependency. You crave their approval so much that you stay silent yourself, walking on eggshells to avoid triggering another freeze-out. That's not love. That's control. But isn't needing space normal? Yes, and here's where it gets tricky. Everyone needs space sometimes. Taking time to cool down is healthy. But intent and communication make the difference. If your partner says, "I need an hour to think, let's talk after dinner," that's healthy. If they disappear emotionally, stonewall you, or punish you with silence, that's manipulation. A good partner seeks understanding. A controlling partner seeks power. How to respond to the silent treatment. If you're stuck in this cycle, the natural instinct is to chase, apologize, and fix. But that only reinforces the behavior. Instead, try this. Pause and reflect. Recognize what's happening. This is manipulation, not love. You're not crazy, and you don't deserve this. Don't beg. Chasing their attention feeds the cycle. Take a breath, step back, and center yourself. Set boundaries. When they resurface, calmly express, "I'm open to discussing issues, but ignoring me is hurtful and not acceptable." Protect your self-worth. Lean on friends, journaling, or therapy. Don't let their silence define your value. Evaluate the relationship. If silence is constant and boundaries fail, it's time to ask, is this relationship safe and loving? Reclaiming your voice. One of the most damaging effects of the silent treatment is how it robs you of your voice. You stop speaking up. You stop asking for your needs to be met. You stop being fully you. Reclaiming your voice starts with understanding that love doesn't require silence and fear. Real love invites conversation, even when it's hard. It doesn't punish you for being human. It's okay to say, "I deserve a partner who talks, even when it's uncomfortable." It's okay to refuse to play the game of emotional freeze-out. It's okay to demand respect. You have every right to be heard. Why staying silent back? Hurts you too. Some people try to fight fire with fire, giving their partner the silent treatment in return. While it may feel powerful at first, it doesn't heal the relationship. It creates more distance, more confusion, and more pain. Two people refusing to talk rarely leads to intimacy. Instead, focus on self-respect. Silence can be healthy if it's a boundary. For example, saying, "I won't engage while I'm being ignored. I'll talk when we're both ready to communicate respectfully." That's different from weaponizing silence. The hidden danger of normalizing it. When silent treatment becomes a normal part of a relationship, something dangerous happens. You stop noticing how damaging it is. You may tell yourself, "That's just how they are," or "We always get over it." But every time it happens, trust erodes a little more. Relationships survive conflict when both people feel safe to speak. They die when one person learns that speaking leads to punishment. When to seek help. If the silent treatment is frequent, long-lasting, or used alongside other manipulative behaviors, gaslighting, blame-shifting, belittling, it's a sign of emotional abuse. Therapy can help you rebuild self-worth and communication skills. If your partner refuses to change or dismisses your feelings, you may need to consider leaving to protect your emotional health. Love should not feel like walking on eggshells. Breaking free from guilt. One reason people stay in relationships where silent treatment is common is guilt. You think, maybe I do overreact. Maybe I am the problem. But here's the truth. Conflict is normal. Manipulation is not. You're allowed to express feelings without fear of punishment. You're allowed to want a partner who communicates. You're allowed to leave if someone repeatedly chooses silence over respect. A loving relationship sounds like, I'm upset, but I want to talk when I'm ready. I need some space, but I still care about you. Let's figure this out together. It doesn't sound like weeks of ignoring, doors slammed in your face, your existence treated like an inconvenience. Healthy love may need breaks, but it always comes back to connection. You deserve more than silence. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Love doesn't punish you with silence. Love doesn't make you question your worth. Love doesn't vanish when things get hard. If you're in a relationship where silence feels like a weapon, you're not overreacting. You're seeing a truth that's hard to face, but necessary to protect yourself. You are worthy of being heard. You are worthy of love that communicates, that stays present, that works through challenges instead of shutting down. If this video helped you understand the silent treatment and its hidden harm, subscribe to Decode Love. We talk about the real, raw dynamics of relationships, the things that hurt, the things that heal, and how to build love that's safe and empowering. Hit that like button if this resonated with you, and share it with someone who might need to hear this today.